Hey guys, Karina here, calling from Maui, and this is my first time doing a Facebook Live. I figured why not get it out of the way, get any nerves out of the way for being live. I don't know why that would be nervous, but I guess it is when you don't really have a person in front of you to talk to, but you're talking to a screen. So I'm here in Maui, in the west side of Maui. We're actually house sitting for a friend of my husband's, and while we're here, um, there's adventure here. So why are we in Maui right now? Why are we in Hawaii to begin with? So Frank and I are in Hawaii for 2 months. We are mostly going to be on the Big Island. Sorry, not on the Big Island, on Oahu. And so Frank's sister just moved to Oahu in January, and she invited us to stay with her. And so Frank is taking a break between work right now, and I can work from home, I can work from anywhere as long as I have an internet connection. So I figured, sure, of course, why not? Would I want to, come here? And yes, this was all Frank's idea. So we're here and until the end of June. We got here in May. So on Oahu, we were there, let's see, May until about a week ago, and then just last weekend we came to, so Frank he's going to start volunteering at at the Humane Veterinary Hospital over here, the shelter. So he's going to be doing that. That's actually where he's at right now. And I'm here. I'm working from home. I have this beautiful house to share with you from. And there's an amazing view behind me, which I'll step away for a minute because the lighting, you can see it. So, and Lisa, if you're watching this, thank you so much for letting us stay at your house. It has been amazing. I love your animals. So, funny thing, there's 6 cats here, and I was never a cat person just because I never knew any nice cats. But since I've been here, I actually am starting to think that I really do like cats because of how affectionate these cats are, and they're so friendly. So what else? So what else am I doing while I'm here in Hawaii? For me, being here is exciting because this environment is the type of environment that I thrive in. Like, just plain and simple. I love the warm weather. I love the beach. That's why I lived in San Diego for a while. That's why I lived in St. Kitts for a while. It fueled my soul just all the time. So being able to be here for 2 months is amazing. And while I'm here, it's not just coming for play for 2 months. Maybe Frank is, but for me, I have a mission. I have something that I wanted to bring to Hawaii. And so everywhere I've lived, I have created meetup groups. So for those of you who don't know, I have meetup groups, one in Fort Collins, Colorado, one in San Diego, I have one on Long Island in New York, and now I have one on Oahu. So I have different chapters, and each chapter is run by the community members, by the people themselves. So obviously I'm only one person, and I can't do and create everything that I want to by myself because it's just me. But that's the way anything is created, right? You need to have a shared vision with other people around, what you want to create in the world. And this is not just my vision to create community, create space for highly sensitive people, but this is something that people want. This is what I wanted. After college, I left college wanting to find my people. So after college, that's what I did. We left. That was in 2010. We left for Hawaii for the first time for 3 months. We were on the Big Island. And then after that was my 20s, all of my adventures of my 20s. So since then, I've really, really started to learn more about this highly sensitive person trait. And this is really something that has been so misunderstood by so many people. But that's okay. I misunderstood it too. I didn't want to be called sensitive. So I am here to explain also what it means to be a highly sensitive person, because for many of you, you don't want to be called sensitive, and this is not something even you would want, to talk about. So because I've worked through my own shame around this, am able to talk about my own, experience with it, and also be able to share knowledge and wisdom about it. So Elaine Aron, she's this woman, this amazing woman who has been doing a lot of research on the highly sensitive person trait. And she says that there are 5 main things that determine a highly sensitive person. And just, this is a biological trait. This is something you're born with. This is not something that you can fall into or that you're diagnosed with. So if you just have a more sensitive nervous system. So therefore, what does that mean? It means you can get overstimulated a lot easier. It means you are observing a lot more than the average person because your 5 senses are turned on a little bit more. So you're seeing more, you're feeling more, you are picking up a lot from your environment, and you're noticing the subtleties in the environment. When something changes, whether it's the temperature or the energy or the vibe, you're the first person to know it. You're also really good at knowing if someone needs something and giving it to them because you sense it. Maybe other people won't sense it, but for you, it's kind of like having a really loud noise blast in your ear and no one hears it. And so obviously you're going to want to turn the music down, or you're going to want to help that person so that they're not suffering. So highly sensitive people also feel very deeply, because it's really hard to filter out everything that you're seeing and experiencing. You take it in and you think about it, and you think about it some more, and you think about it some more, and you maybe think about your thinking, and then you feel. Because our thoughts create our feelings, you start to feel what you're thinking, and it might impact you, or it might trigger you. So if there's a past experience that you had, then maybe you're triggered for it to bring up some old memories, some old feelings, and now it's like you're being challenged to face it and process it again. So that's why a lot of highly sensitive people sometimes, it depends if you're maybe introverted or extroverted, find it a little bit more challenging to be in such big space, like large spaces with a lot of people, because they're picking up on a lot of stuff from a lot of people. Maybe they're getting triggered a lot. So I actually found that the more I did my inner work, the more I worked on my triggers and the things that pushed my buttons, and the less times I've judged myself, then the more I'm actually able to be around people and hold space for people and really connect with people on a deep level, because then I'm not getting triggered by it. So then therefore I can have that connection and I can be vulnerable and share from a true authentic space, rather than get triggered, shut down, and then really just want to walk away. So what else? So that's my little spiel on being highly sensitive. If you think you're a highly sensitive person, maybe can you give me a thumbs up or a like? I just want to see who of my friends here are who think they're highly sensitive, or even if you're just learning about it now, but maybe you don't really know intellectually, but maybe there's something that is kind of telling you in your heart, I think this might be me. Then, let's see some hearts. I want to see some hearts and some thumbs up. So yes, so I just want to say hello to some people who are on the line. So I see my mom is here. So hi, Mom, if you're still on. I love you and I miss you. So for those of you who don't know, yesterday was my birthday. It was my 30th birthday. So I'm officially 30 years old and getting ready to for some of the best years of my life. I remember being a young girl, and I don't know, some people wanted to be 18 or 16, or some people want to be in their 20s. I wanted to be in my 30s. I don't know about you, but I just could not wait for my 30s. So I'm here. I'm ready for this. I'm going to do the whole 30s thing, and I'm going to live it up and make the best of it. In a post I shared earlier, I talked about how I don't know what my 30s are going to be about. I'm kind of, there's a part of me that wants to be like, all right, well, my 30s is going to be about this. I want to set that intention, set that goal of, this is what the 30s is going to be about. Whether it's being a mom and being a business owner at the same time, or, whatever it is, I don't know. Because the truth is, when I turned 20, I had no idea that I'd be traveling as much as I did and living in all these places. all I knew is that I was in college and I had my weekly, things that I did with classes and Oasis and cheerleading and my friends. That's all I knew about. I knew about the person I was dating at the time, and so you don't really know. But that's the whole part of the journey, is just to continue to show up. And I think as long as I continue to show up in my life in my 20s, that's what's created this journey. That's what's created the adventure, and that's what's helped me meet the people that I'm meant to meet and helped me learn about myself in deeper ways than perhaps I would not have been able to if I was in hiding, or if I lived in this box that I thought I had to, where I, followed the path of going to school, getting a job, maybe getting engaged earlier. Obviously Frank and I have not followed the traditional path with our relationship. We met like 9 years ago and we just got married last year. But we're not really very traditional people. So the point is that even with the whole path, there's nothing wrong if in your head you have certain goals that you want to reach with going to school and getting a certain job, as long as it's in your heart, as long as that's part of your path and something that you feel called to share with the world. Because, that's what we're here for. But if you're in a place right now where you feel like, shoot, like I followed this path that I thought I should be and I'm not happy and I'm not where I want to be, then think about it, okay? Do some real soul searching. This is the time to really to go within yourself and ask yourself, what have I always wanted? What do I want, and what have I always wanted? And there's honestly, you could wait till you're 50, or if you're listening to this now and you're 50, you could wait till you're 70 and still not give yourself the space to question for you right now. Ask the question, if you could really do anything, create anything, be anything, what would it be? And, as I say that, I'm thinking about when we're kids, our parents, at least my generation, were told that, you could be whatever you want to be. And I didn't let go of that. I still hold on to that today because it's important. And why else? If I'm not going to consider what I want to be, then who else? Whose story am I going to create? Whose story am I going to live? And that's the thing I've noticed about expectations. If you don't create your own expectations for life, if you don't create your own desires and what you want to create and live and be, then unconsciously you got to do something. So you're going to start creating, being, and doing the things of the people around you who say what you should do. Okay, and yes, maybe those people love you, who really want to see the best for you, but they're sharing what the best is based on their life experience, not what your path is and not what they know, not what you would know your best path is to be. So if you're still with me here, this conversation has definitely my first Facebook Live here has gone through a lot of different topics. So I started talking about why I'm here in Hawaii for 2 months, talked a little bit about highly sensitive person trait, and now I'm talking about being and doing whatever it is you want to be in this world and not letting yourself be boxed in by shoulds and living in the box of life. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching, and I'm glad that I got my first Facebook Live out of the way, because now I can kind of see how this whole thing works. I did not even, there's people like to say, oh, I don't know, there's all these Facebook Live rules, but I think it's silly. I just want to connect with people. I want people to see me in real life, in real time, and know that I'm a real person, and to even share in this journey that I'm on, this, even if it's 2-month journey here in Hawaii, or when we go back to New York, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's always going to be something. It's going to be an adventure, whether it's an adventure in my backyard, or it's an adventure traveling, or it's an adventure having dinner with my family, going to holiday events, or it's maybe one day having children, okay? All of it is exciting. All of it's an adventure, because at the end of the day, as long as I'm listening to my heart and I'm creating that joy and listening to that joy and being that joy, then I know that I'm on the right path, and I know I'm creating the life that I'm here to create, rather than the life that I think I should create, or I think someone else wants me to create because they didn't. All right, again, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will be back with more Facebook Lives. And before I go, part of the reason why I'm doing Facebook Live today as a little practice is because June 1st, I will be starting a 21-day Facebook Live experiment. I'm calling it Feel Lighter in 21 Days. So if you are a highly sensitive person and you resonate with that title, you want to feel lighter in 21 days, I'm not saying you're going to feel lighter physically. This is not like a detox program or workout program. This is like an internal, your heart is going to feel lighter, your mind is going to feel lighter, your emotions are going to feel lighter. Okay, I'm not going to tell you to detox and get rid of all of your friends, but it's more so we're going to help you get rid of all the things that are not serving you in your mind, your body, and your energetic field. Why? Because we're all here to bring something out into the world. And you can't really do that, I've seen for myself, if you're carrying around all this heavy baggage with you. The lighter I feel, the lighter I am, the easier it is to share. Okay, so if you want to feel lighter with me and you are a highly sensitive person, okay, maybe you just want to join in the fun. Maybe I will share some videos if it resonates to the general public who are not highly sensitive, but I am speaking to those who are aspiring leaders, people who really want to make a difference in this world. Then come to my Facebook group, A Place for Highly Sensitive People, and request to join the group, because that is where I'm going to be doing these Facebook Live 21-day experiment series, okay, whatever you want to call it. All right, so join me, Place for Highly Sensitive People, a Facebook group, and I'll be doing the Facebook Live for 21 days, feeling lighter, okay, still figuring out what that's going to look like, but I'm going to just trust the process as it unfurls, because that's how life is, right, okay? And this is going to be my first something I'm doing like this. I don't know how it's going to end up being, but I trust that everyone who's going to be with me will receive exactly what they need to receive, and even me for having a new experience to practice putting myself out there and sharing my voice and sharing the wisdom and the content that my heart is just like bursting to share with all of you. All right, so one last time, I'm going to let you have a nice view of the lanai. All right, goodbye. Good night, everyone who's on the East Coast. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.